Hello and welcome back to NHB Retro. In my last video, I started sort of poking around at this Franklin Ace 100 motherboard, which I purchased fairly cheap in an unknown condition, and I was able to actually get some life out of it. It still has some issues, more about that coming up soon, I hope. But one of the things that I've been sort of running into as I troubleshoot it is that every time I want to use it, I have to pull out this power supply. This one's out of my Ace 1200. The Ace 1200 and the 1000 and the 100 all use the same power supply. Now, it would be super handy if I could just use something like this. I have, several of these just lying around, and it would be very, very convenient to just be able to use this and not and leave my other Franklin computers intact. Now, the reason I can't do that is because they used a different, while the voltages are the same, they used a different plug. Franklin did when they copied the Apple. Let me move in for a closer view here. All right, here is the power socket on the motherboard for the Franklin. And as you can see, it uses this 6-position Molex plug to get its power in. And of course, the standard Apple II plug looks more like this. Focus. And it, they're not interchangeable in to any extent. But they are giving, both of them are 6-position connectors, and the Apple is generating the same voltages that the Franklin is. So what I propose to do is make a quick, simple adapter so that I can just use an Apple II power supply. Much more convenient. So let's get that going. Okay, so what I've done so far here is I have taken 6 wires, and I have, let's see if you can see that. I have a regular old standard Apple II power connector from the board end, and I've just attached 6 wires to it with 6 of the hollow pins from the connector, the Molex connector that I purchased. So now what I plan to do is, just to be really overly sure that I'm getting everything right, I'm going to plug this adapter into an Apple II power supply and just label each one of these pins as to what they are, and then I can just make sure I'm putting them into the right pins. I don't think they're 1-to-1 on the Franklin, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's get that done. All right, here's the rough setup that I'm using just to validate the voltages that I'm getting out of here. Of course, I have diagrams for this. I'm just trying to make doubly sure. So got the adapter, one end of the adapter hooked up to this Apple power supply. I've got my multimeter set to DC volts, and I'm going to switch it on. And this is -5. Okay, that is all right. I'm going to do one more here. We're going to go, so this, if that's -5, this one should be +12, according to my handy dandy document. Let's give that a shot. And it is indeed +12. Okay, so now I think I have enough information to assemble the other side of the adapter. Okay, I kind of started without you there. So I've got the Apple II power connector here. I've got my wires connected to it. I've labeled each wire basically what their voltages are on the Apple side. And now I'm attempting to put them into the Molex connector, which is a bit fiddly because they aren't just 1-to-1, some of the wires are crossed. So anyway, I'm going to play with that a little bit, and I'll get it all inserted and fixed up, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got the adapter plugged in. It was a little bit interesting getting it in there because the pins in the motherboard side connector were pretty fat, so I had to sort of take a pointed stick and wiggle it in there a bit, and to really stretch out those the pins in the other side of it so that they could fit. So anyway, it looks like it's all hooked up. It looks like it's all ready to go. Let's see what happens. All right, moment of truth. Will the Apple power supply power the Franklin computer? Let's see what we got. That's sounding very, very good. Okay, not bad. Let's power cycle it and try it one more time. Okay, so yeah, that actually appears to be working just fine, which is very nice, very handy. I can now put that other power supply back into the Franklin that it came out of and have it stay there permanently, which would be very nice. All right, yeah, hopefully that was interesting to you guys. It's just a very short video, not really much to it, but a pretty handy device, I think, at least in a case like I'm in right now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Press like if you did, and I will catch you on the next one.